What's up guys, Matt back again with another unboxing video, and today we're going to be reviewing the Matchmaker's Goku vs. Oob. Before we dive into the video, please remember to subscribe and hit the bell, like the video, comment your thoughts down below for us to discuss, follow me on my socials, and consider becoming a YouTube member to enter into our monthly giveaways and Discord server so our community can help you on your Dragon Ball figure collecting journey. These figures are based on Goku and Oob from Dragon Ball Z. Both figures seem based on their fight when Goku blocks Oob's first attack against him in Dragon Ball Z Chapter 325. This is a Matchmaker's release, which are Banpresto Crane figures of two characters fighting from Dragon Ball. These figures sell for an average price of about $30 each on the market. If you're interested in buying the figure for cheap, then use my discount code Peaches24 at bashwincollectibles.com to get 10% off of your first order and 5% off of every future order afterwards. These figures were released on July 11th, 2023. Goku stands at 8 inches tall, Oob stands at 7.5 inches tall, Goku weighs 10.3 ounces in box, Oob weighs 7.6 ounces in box, Goku weighs 5.7 ounces on his own, Oob weighs 3.3 ounces on his own, Goku comes with his head, body, base, and support stick, and Oob comes with his upper body, lower body, base, and support stick. Alright, it is Matchmaker's time, and it is a very unique Matchmaker's. It is something that we don't see very often, and I'm gonna just premise this by saying I'm quite surprised with these figures. So let's not waste any time. Let's dive right into this thing. It is Goku and Oob from the end of Dragon Ball Z after the 10-year time skip after the defeat of Majin Buu. And I actually learned this recently. People don't realize that Dragon Ball Super takes place during that 10-year time skip. It is before the end of Z. Dragon Ball Super happens before Goku fights Oob, just so that we're all clear. But we're getting close. We're getting close. Superhero is like a year or two away from this fight. I don't know if they're going to retcon it or what. But anyways, I think this is a lovely choice for figures. We get nothing from the end of Dragon Ball Z. It is actually baffling to me because I think it is such a great ending to the series. It's such a great little send-off in a fight with Goku and Oob. I love it tremendously. And I love what the developments of Oob in the manga have been recently too, so fairly recently. So I do love seeing them. I would love to see more of Goku in this gi. This is actually my favorite gi for Goku. I think it's super unique. Imagine him as a Super Saiyan wearing this gi or Ultra Instinct or something. It would look so good. And Oob is just so unique. It almost is like a callback to Nam at the beginning of the Tenkaichi Budokai, and he reminds me so much of him, obviously, because he's like an Indian boy from a village, and he's trying to get money for his family so that they can live. So very similar, and I think the potential for Oob is, super awesome. Sky's the limit with him. I think it would be very interesting to see developments of that. So yes, Bandai, I want to see more End of Z Goku and Oob. So character choice for both of these is easily a 5 out of 5. Their likeness is very good. I'm actually very surprised with how good both of them look in the face. Like with Oob, you can see he's grating his teeth. He's very angry and determined because Goku just said like his mommy and daddy like wet their pants or something like that to rile him up, which is so stupid, but it's so awesome. It just like they even gave him like little lines under his eyes that show the ferocity in his face. His nose is scrunched up. He just looks really good in the face. You can even see like the little his eyebrows are a little, you know, they actually put the little strands of hair. And then Goku looks great too. Smile looks accurate. His eyes have that very clean Toriyama style where it's, you know, somewhat a little, you know, they don't outline the entire thing just to give it a little bit of innocence about it. Goku knows exactly what he's doing. He's testing this kid out and seeing how strong he is and the potential that he has in order to train him. So it's very cool to see. They look very, very good in the face. I'm actually very surprised with how good most matchmakers look in the face. I've actually found very few that I think look poor in the face. They're usually just okay, but most of the time I think they're pretty good. So I'm going to give the likeness for both of these a 5 out of 5. I think they did a spectacular job, and yeah, I'm really impressed. The sculpt quality, they're both really good. I like the details surrounding Oob. You know, you can even see the details in his feet, dude. They really went all out with, like, I'm not a feet guy, but like his toes and, you know, the bunions on his feet and everything. His robe just like flying in the air, his belt sash like floating through the air, his very cool hairstyle. And then same with Goku. Like, Goku's hair sculpt looks very, very well done. His sash is flying back from Oob's attacks. His muscles are well defined. Everything is spectacular about the sculpt for both of these figures. The only issue with both of them is, you know, my big issue with Crane figures. They're on these big obtrusive bases that take up way more space than necessary, and they permanently have a stick up their butt because, you know, they wanted to make the characters float in the air however they wanted to find it or, you know, do that. So that's my only, you know, nitpick on it, and that's just going to keep me away from giving it a 5 out of 5. So I think the sculpt quality for both is a 4 out of 5. Paint and shading, very good, and if you've been following the channel for a while, you probably only know my only criticism for both of these is that there's no shading on either of them, which we have seen, I think past matchmakers have done actually. Sometimes they'll just randomly shade these figures, and I don't know why, but they did not shade Goku or Oob, but their paint looks very good. Great application. I like the blacks that they use for both of their hair, the skin tone that they use for Oob, his sash, all the colors there, the whites that they have in there. Goku's bright blue gi just really pops. I love the way that both of these are painted with the colors that they chose. Very accurate to the anime and manga. So I'm going to give paint and shading a 4 out of 5. And then finally, size and scale. Unfortunately, these are fairly sized for Crane figures. I think they're respectable, but they are still small. That's probably the biggest detractor for matchmakers. Most of the time, they're very small. And it's funny because if you look at some of the older ones, they were not that small. So I don't know if it was a budgetary constraint or what, but yeah, I wish that they were just a smidge bigger. They do scale with each other very well. I think they scale with most of the Matchmakers series, but they're just so small, man. And just because they're not going to scale with the entire Matchmaker series, that's also a little bit of a disappointment. So I'm going to give size and scale for both of these a 3 out of 5. Could have been better, but I still like them. I think they're fair, if that makes sense. But yeah, I love both of these. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I would absolutely love to see more of these, especially as Ichiban Kuji. If Bandai could just throw us a bone, that would be fantastic. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm still happy with these. I think they're worth a pickup if you want to get them for like 15 bucks each. So I'm going to give both of these a 3.5 out of 5. Thank you all again for watching today's video. But before we move on to the upcoming giveaways this month, I'd like to mention my new merch that's launched. We've got shirts, hoodies, mugs, and more. If you want to support me a bit further and rock some of the merch on the channel, please check out the shop tab on my channel. But until the next video, guys, I will see you all later.